Hi. Hello. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Let me turn the volume down on my computer a little bit. I was jamming. We were jamming. Anyways, hi. Hello. How are you guys today? It's such a great day. Um, Sorry if I sound a little congested. I just did my nasal sprays, so that's probably why. In case you don't know, I'm basically allergic to the entire world. Like very allergic. Like I wear or I take a monthly shot to help, and if I get like invisible hives a lot. I do a bunch of other allergy meds. It's so much fun when our bodies betray us. It's fine. It was really bad like a year and a half ago. I had my body was covered in like 90% of hives of my body was covered in hives, including my face. I was on prednisone for months. It was really terrible. I'm not going to lie. It was very terrible. I couldn't sleep. And then I was also taking like heavy duty drugs to try to stop like to get it under control, and they just like weren't working. So I was like drowsy all the time. I basically the whole month of July 2024, I don't remember. That's how bad it was. So, anyways, here we are. We're much better now, thank goodness. But we still have a lot that we have to do to like keep everything at bay. Yes, I'm sure you're like allergic to the world. Wait, you have a dog and a cat. So, two things I'm not allergic to are cats and mice. I don't know how that happened. It just did. So, we're here. That's fine. I am also slightly allergic to dogs, but like out of all of my allergies, they're the least thing that I'm allergic to. So they were like, we wouldn't even worry about that. But basically, I have something called CIU, which is chronic inflammatory urticaria, which is inflamed hives that you just have all the time. It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Anyways, hi, hello. How is everyone? So yeah, that's my explanation for my nasally sounding is that I have to do two nasal sprays twice a day, and they always kind of make me sound a little wonky, but also like the time of year that it is where I live, it's so dry right now because like we have the heat on because it's really cold, and just it's terrible. So I just feel like my sinuses have been all over. Anyways, how are we doing today? Um I had a very so I say that it was very productive, but I feel like I didn't get a lot done. But then like I look and I'm like, yeah, but like I got that whole thing done. So I finished the seating chart for the wedding. It looks so cute. Like I am so happy with how it turned out. I did post it in Discord if you're interested in seeing it. Um, so I finished that last night. And when I say finished, like I had the design laid out in a program that's like Illustrator. Um, but I hadn't done anything to it. Like I literally had just bought the foam board. That was it. So I had to do all of that, like the vinyl cutouts, everything. I ran out of vinyl, so then we had to go to Hobby Lobby, and our Hobby Lobby is a disaster. Like they sometimes once it hits like 6 o'clock, which we got there at like 6:15, they only have one person working on weekends at night, and the line is halfway through the store. This time they did have two people on register, but the lines were still halfway through the store. It's fine. I don't know what is going on with them. But I as I have said multiple times, I don't love going there for several reasons, but unfortunately, if I need something very specific, which because I had gone there the day before I got my vinyl from there, so I needed to match the vinyl. So that's why I had to go back. So I went back, but I got some cute like extra things for the wedding. I asked Dominic, I was like, "Can I get these, please? Like I'll use them I'll use them after. And he's like, that's girl math. And I'm like, yeah, but they're just gonna make it like, just add that little bit of, you know, like whimsy on there. So we got, well, I shouldn't say we. So I got 2 like fairy houses that light up. So cute. I got some extra supplies like these paper flowers for the seating chart, which I think really like amplified it. I got little mushrooms to go with the fairy houses. So yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know where we're gonna put them yet, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. So the other thing that I did in the morning is I did work on my reading journal. So I changed how I was doing my reading journal this year. Last year I used to do my top 3 books I would do spreads for. This year I'm doing like my top books. So if something is tied where like I can't choose which one is the best, like I'll obviously do like 2 reading spreads or whatever. But I decided to simplify a little bit because it towards the end of the year it became a lot to keep up with. So I already have like my quarter planned out. I'm not planning on doing any readathons, at least that I'm aware of right now, on a monthly basis at least, which is one of my goals, like basically not prioritize doing like monthly readathons because they kind of screw up my reading plans. So what I did though is I needed to finish filling out like my recap, which I call my star chart for the month. Basically thinking a star chart is kind of like a map. So kind of like my reading map for the month, because we're doing like a whole celestial theme this year, if you don't know that. So I updated that, and I don't love how I did the recap one because there's this awkward gap. It will be fixed next month, but for right now, this is what we have. So I printed off all my stickers, and then I was like, crap, I did the wrong size. I did the small ones for over here, and they're supposed to be the bigger ones. So I'm like, crap, I need to reprint them. So I have those reprinted out. So I plan to get those cut out here in the first maybe like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe. It probably will end up taking longer because I'm terrible at figuring out how long stuff takes. But I also did my all the colors of the dark spread. So I really leaned into, because this one wasn't fantasy, it was hard, it was just fiction. It was like harder to figure out what to put in here. So I found some photos of like, I know like his photos or his paintings from the book probably looked a lot like more happier versus like sad, but I thought that was like a really nice combination of what I imagine his portraits of the missing girls being like and an actual missing girl. So I did that. I did him like kind of being surrounded by darkness. I did our beekeeper here. So the art gallery, a missing poster. So yeah, so I thought it turned out really good. And I did these little like doodles around the images. And I always think that I suck at them when I'm doing them, but then I like come back and I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's actually not that bad. So I always want to do them more often, like even in my digital planner, but I always feel like I'm gonna mess them up. So then we got started on, and ignore this February sticker, I accidentally had to move it and ripped it, so I have a new one cut out. But so then we have our February plans right here. And then we also have already set up the star chart because I'm trying to make this as easy as possible since I'm getting married at the end of the month, to where I can come in and update it. So that's the plan. So I have 2 books that I need to add onto the annual readathons. Oh, you know what? I should have printed off another book, but that's okay. It's fine. We'll print it off at the end of the month. For my sub box for Moonlight, I forgot I put those in here. So the additional 2 books is A Court This Cruel and Lovely and Mate. And basically what my February plans are for like reading is I do quarterly planning now for my reading. That way I'd never feel pressured to like finish something in a month, because that was happening a lot last year. So like it's more so a guideline, like a guide, versus a you have to read this month. The little images that I put over here for my annual readathons, those are my reminders that like for things like Eldia's annual readathon, Goober's annual readathon, Coverathon, Buzzwordathon, to make sure that like if I were to prioritize anything, I could prioritize those, but I don't have to. Fun fact, after I filled all this out, I completely forgot that February is when we're doing our Storytellers Feast, so none of those books are on here. But it's fine. We'll probably end up prioritizing those after we finish maybe one or two of, I have them on my spread, maybe one or two more of the chapter books. So yeah, so fun times. So I can tell you guys, for the Storytellers Feast, I have 2 books by Nora Roberts from the Cousin O'Dwyer series. They've been on my TBR for a long time. Dark Witch and Shadow Spell. I also have The Haunting of Adeline, Hooked, Barbarian Alien, which I currently don't own, so we might swap that one. And we also have, I think it's the 4th Cursed Princess Club. It might be the 5th. I can't remember how many are out, but that series should be wrapping up, I believe, this year with the last book release. I love it. I think it's so cute. Like, I want to see how they concluded. I haven't done any of the February side stories yet, so I do need to make sure I do those. But yeah, going really good so far. So I'm really excited. Right now, Malice, that I'm reading, is part of my chapter 1 core. I don't have the Foxglove King on here, and that's where I'm like, I might swap one in if it fits a prompt. So we'll see. But yeah, really exciting stuff going on there. We also have our Stardew Valley readathon that I run, which is called A Year in Pelican Town. Where is that one? I think it's before, actually. Yes, it is. So for A Year in Pelican Town, Foxglove King is on that one, as well as First Time Caller. So I think whatever I finish next, whether it's Malice or Foxglove King, I'm probably going to read First Time Caller next. I think I have decided that. And if I'm a little burned out, I might do like the Cursed Princess Club or the Spy Family, just to kind of have a little bit of a break. But I do think that I'll probably read those next, because that fulfills quite a few prompts on my different challenges for me. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Trying to think. Yeah, because it covers there. I basically use it in all of my I use it in all of my reading challenges. So I definitely think that's gonna be my next one. So anyway, so really exciting stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get us started. I think today, let's do 30s with 5-minute breaks. How does that sound? 30s with 5-minute breaks, just to kind of keep the flow going. And I'm not doing as much for the wedding, because I basically am almost done. Like, I'm looking around like, what else do I need to do, like, to make? And I don't think there is anything else to make. So like, I think I'm done with wedding, which is wild that I'm this prepared. So anyways, so let's go ahead and get our sprint timer set up. And oh, I do need to do a lot for the readathon. I have not edited my video that is, or scheduled it, that is supposed to go live tomorrow for March side stories. So I need to do that. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be a big one that I got to do. So, oh, someone said something. Hold on, let me move the box. Hi, Matthew. So good to see you. I'm good. I just have been talking. I'm really good. How are you doing? Um, yeah, I've been staying busy. I've just been watching like the Olympics. Work has been crazy. Wedding stuff has been crazy. So fun times, fun times. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this started though. Um, so we're gonna do 6 sessions, 30 minutes each with 5 minute breaks. So we will go probably about 30 minutes longer today, but that's okay. So all right, I Okay, how did we do? I know that was a short one. Sorry, I have to move some stuff because obviously there is a dog behind me. Hold on, let me move it and then you can go over there. Anyways, how did we do? I didn't finish a chapter, but I also didn't read that whole time, so that's probably why. Charlotte, can you scoot down more? Charlotte Jane, can you scoot down more? Can you scoot over to there? No. No, you can't go over that way more. Okay, that's fine. We'll just share the couch right now. It's fine. I'm probably close to finishing the chapter. But yeah, just more malice. I don't know. It's one of those things like it's just so hard to talk about, I feel like. Um this is my first like high fantasy that I've ever read, so it's hard. I know. I know. She loves so normally she sits on me like that, but I just don't have to move as much, but obviously when like I'm talking to, I have to move more. So here we are. I need to tighten this sports bra somehow. I guess that'll have to be off camera cuz I thought the thing was here, but it's not. Anyways, so yeah, so more malice. So as I said, first high fantasy, I don't really know how to like talk about this book because it's not causing some like deep emotional bond or anything like that. So it's like, how do I talk about this? Because it's just a lot of stuff is happening. So I don't know. Like, like, I would say if there's any chapters that I feel like emotionally connected to, it's Corbin's or Ban's, which we have like two more chapters until we get to him again. But otherwise, though, it's just like you're just reading and like intaking the information. So I'm like, I don't know how to talk about this with people. So we're just gonna keep reading it. Yeah, actually, that book sounds really interesting. So I might need to check it out. But I also told myself I'm not allowed to start any new series. So, or like, I'm not allowed to buy any books that are part of series until I read some of the series that I own. Does that make sense? It's not like I'm allowed to start new series if I already like own book one or whatever, but I'm not allowed to buy any more books that are the first in a series. So, Mashu got her journals up to date. Now she's off to dinner. Enjoy dinner. I hope it's yummy. What am I making for dinner tonight? I think we're gonna do like cheesy beef quesadillas. I found a recipe. But I don't think I got the right size tortillas. So yeah, me too. Me too. Like when I was like, yeah, I need like 100 hardbacks for my wedding for the aisle and stuff. People are like 100 hardbacks, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, like 100 hardbacks. It's like, do you have that many books? Yeah, I have almost 400 books. Yeah, I have 100 hardbacks. Don't shame me when most of them are unread, but it's fine. I keep right now the way that I do my like how I separate. So I do unhaul books if I don't like them, and I kind of put those in one area. But then books that I do like that like I'm not sure if I want to unhaul or if they're part of a series, but I finish them, I put those on a secondary bookshelf in my study. You're at 5,000. If I had 5,000 books, I would not be able to live in the house that I live in. That's all I'll say. They would take over. So, but yeah, like I have plenty of books. So fun times there. So yeah, I don't know how you do that. I have no idea how you do that. Cause even at like 400, I'm like, holy shiz. I can't. I'm busting at the seams. I'm busting like a can of biscuits. IRL when I wear jeans and my bookshelves. LOL. LOL. But anyways, okay. Time to get back to reading. I am trying to be like really productive. I have plans to make all rooms library rooms. Um, I need some money. I need some money first. But no, I want to do like a really long hutch like with a pull out table thing in the kitchen, and I would have books in there. I also want to train. I just have a skinny bookshelf in my office right now, so I want to add more, which would help. Yeah, so I have plans. So, anyways, okay, back to reading. I will check in with you guys in about 20 minutes. Hi. Hi, Lindsay. You're trying to catch up on your book reviews and your reading journal because you haven't done a single one all year. So, what I do because I like started feeling I talked about this a little bit earlier. I a few times since I've started doing reading journals, which last year was really like my first full year of doing one. I I was doing like a max of 3 reviews, but even then, like I felt like it was too much. So what I do is I do like my top book. And if I said this earlier, if for some reason like I do have 3 favorites that I read in a month, like holy shit, good for me. But also like I have that flexibility where I can choose to do more. And so I do a spread per book, and I do the cover, I do quotes that I really enjoy. I was really missing. I'm like, okay, if I don't remember what this book was about, and let's say like I want to do a challenge, 5 years from now, I want a little summary. So I put the summary on this side. And then over here, I kind of do like a spoiler free review, but where I get enough across that like you can tell if I gave this 5 stars, and then depending on like what I wrote about it, like you can definitely tell how I feel, and like what would have led me to where I'm at. I will say that's also a lot easier said than done in standalones versus series. So, but yeah, so like I do that, and then what I do instead of doing each individual review, this I don't love how this looks, so we're fixing it in February. It'll be the same format, but just the spacing will be a little bit different. But if you can tell, I put like each book cover that I read, and then I put if I DNF'd, what the star rating was underneath it. So then I can kind of keep track of it. And then I also do a monthly recap where I do my favorite book, my 2 favorite books, which basically one is like favorite and honorable mention. But so I do 2 favorites, my highest rated book, because sometimes my highest rated book isn't necessarily my favorite. I know that that might not make sense, but like, I don't know. Like, I, my rating system is like really structured. It's a play off of the call pile, which was created by G from who's the book roast, who does Audia, um, or Aurelium. And so mine is like really rigid. So there are times where like I might not rate a book super high, but it emotionally has stayed with me. A good example of that is a book I read last year called Love in the Time of Serial Killers. Like I still think about that book. And I'm like, that was a really good book. I don't know. I can't remember. I would need to go back and look and see if it was my top book in a month or my highest rated book, because there were like issues with it, but I still think about it and I still really enjoy it. So for me, that's why I do like my highest rated and my lowest rated, because those a lot of times they are the same, but sometimes they are not as my favorite books. So I also do my longest book and then my shortest one too, which normally if I read any graphic novels, those are going to be my shortest books. So it just so happens. Then I tracked the number of pages I read, what my average rating was, which I will say, considering we had a DNF in January and I only read 4 books, I DNF'd one. Our average rating was 4.44. Like that is pretty high for me. I think last year my average ratings were like under 4. So I'm like really happy about that. And I'm like, I feel like I really selected books that were impactful and meaningful. And the way that I read them and understood and like comprehended them was really good too. So, um, so yeah, so that's how I do mine. I don't know if it would be helpful for you guys. I'm so starting in probably March, I want to ramp up some of my videos a little bit more. I don't know if it would be helpful or not to do a full like walkthrough of my reading journal with you. But that way you guys can get some different ideas. I do use an A5 Bujo, so bullet journal. But just that way you guys can get some different ideas of like how I set things up. And I actually even have like all my measurements and Canva templates for like my covers and stuff for my layouts. So I could even share that with you. If it would help. I don't know if it would be helpful or not. Um but just to show you some ways that where you're like, if you're feeling really bogged down, like it's okay to not do a reading journal page for every single book that you read. If I did, I wouldn't fit everything in here. So, cuz we're already like halfway, and the first half is just like reading challenges and stuff. So yeah. So anyways, okay. Back to reading. I know I talked about reading journal stuff and not my book. There were a couple of things that happened that I feel like okay, like things are moving. I still don't understand like the actual, not the plot, but like there's just a lot of, there's a reason we're doing this, but we don't know the reason yet. So it's like, okay, and I feel like everybody keeps on like kind of saying like there's a reason that we're doing it like this, or there's a reason that we do this, or that we say that, or that we want this alliance or that, and but we don't have the reason yet, which is, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little frustrating. I know why we don't have it. Like I get it. Because obviously they have to keep you interested in the book. But it's like, will we get to a point where we find that out this book, or is this going to be an ongoing theme in the series? And if it is, that might piss me off a little bit. But some things have definitely happened. Um, we're also starting to get more introductions cross character. So the chapters have different characters. So we're starting to get more cross connections happening where people are meeting other people, et cetera, et cetera. And they're starting to show up not just within a specific character's chapter, but other chapters as well. So we're starting to like, things are starting to kind of tie together. We are back on Corbin's chapter now. So I've read 2 chapters, about 20 pages. Um, so we are back on Corbin, which I've said, like, right now, if there's any sort of emotional reaction or feelings that happen, it's more so going to happen with bands chapters for me. So, okay. All right. I will let you all go. See you in about 26 minutes. Sorry that I talked for a little bit longer than planned. Hi, pretty sure I missed our entire break. It's fine. I was doing stuff. Oh, let me turn the music down. Okay. Which if I did, apologies. Sorry. I was trying to help with a couple different things and whatnot. Um, guys, just to show you how much busier I've been, I got like my Aura like monthly report or whatever, and it was like, oh hey, like your sedentary like time frame hours has been cut to 9 hours, which is good. That's an improvement. That means you're moving more. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, who is she? If it's not sprint time, I'm really sorry, but I was like rushing back, so here we are. Hi, Charlie. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. Um, but yeah, it has been a day already. I'm thinking for the last sprint that I might pause on reading. I really need to get the storyteller stuff done for this upcoming weekend. So I think I'm gonna work on that. Because I have not done anything for it. Which is fine. It just but like that just happens. It just happens. Like I've been so busy with work. I was working like 9-hour days and stuff with work, and so it just that kind of like eats into my flow of working on things outside of, you know, work. So so here we are. It's been a very busy time. So but yeah. Let's see. Oh no, see, look, I didn't miss our. Oh yeah, I did miss our break. That was our break. So, I'm gonna work, I think, on that, and I will see you guys in about 30 minutes. I think this is our last one. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Happy reading, happy productivity.
keto.
Okay, hello everyone. How did we do today? So that was our last sprint, so we will be wrapping things up. I did pretty good in this last one. I got the Storyteller's Feast graphics done for the Discord banners. So I am working on creating those events. I also updated the Discord events because I have those listed in both the Once Upon a Year readathon and then the Stardew Valley one, but it's kind of hard because Stardew Valley, like I don't want to confuse people. So with that one, like they won't have the Storytellers Feast celebration like in their Discord as an event. So I have to like kind of manage both of those a little bit. Which I didn't do super well towards the end of last year. So I'm trying to like be better about it. Um, so yeah, but so I'm getting those started and whatnot. And Skeeto, no worries at all. I know like it's so hard. Like I don't have kids. Like most weekends we don't really do anything because we like that. Like we like I mean at least I like I don't know. Dom, do you like that? That we're not like always busy every single weekend? Yeah. So like we're both just kind of like homebodies, I would say. Um so for us it's really easy to like make the time to be here, but like I know that not everyone is that way and that's totally fine. So never like feel bad about joining late. So yeah, so I'm planning on I need to schedule the second day of reading sprints for the Storyteller's Feast, but Dominic actually he might not be here. We're debating that right now. But either way, whether he's here or not, we're going to be doing um 2 days of extended reading sprints to celebrate the Storyteller's Feast, which, if you're here from Stardew Valley, will not make sense to you. It's part of Once Upon a Year Readathon. This is where it gets confusing that I do too. So, for the Storyteller's Feast, it's our first festival. So we're going to be running reading sprints on Saturday from 5 p.m. EST to 10 p.m. EST. And then we'll run them Sunday. I'm going to do 9 a.m. EST to our normal 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. EST. Wait, is this our last sprint or do we have one more? Do we normally go till 2? 11. Oh, I think we do. I think we do have one more sprint. I'm lying to you guys. That was not our last sprint. Anyways, apparently I'm a hot mess, right? 11 to 1 is only 2 hours, right? Yeah, my brain is broken right now, apparently. We still have one more sprint, sorry. But anyway, so if you're in the Once Upon a Year Discord, you guys should see those coming up, and I will also be posting about them here shortly, just to make sure that we drive attention to that event. But basically, it's my way of doing like I will probably never do a 24-hour readathon unless it's just like reading for 24 hours versus like 24 hours straight through. And also like a 12-hour one. I don't know if I could read a book for 12 hours. I could listen to an audiobook for 12 hours, but I don't know if I could read for 12 hours straight. So, um so yeah, so you guys should see those come through as long as you're in that Discord. And yeah, I was totally lying. Skeeto, it's not the last one. Our last one is coming up right now. So, so yeah, but otherwise though, I think that's kind of all that I'll be working on. I do need to pull the video for March side stories. It's not long, but I need to edit that just a smidge and then get that published to be scheduled for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EST because that is when it will go live. So I need to do a couple of things with that today as well. So I'm kind of glad I got the wedding stuff figured out already because that means then that today I can really focus on like getting that done, which I need to get done. Otherwise, it'll just like delay that coming out. So yeah, so we're working on a bunch of readathon stuff. Yeah, carry on. Carry on my wayward son. Did you guys ever watch shoot, why am I blanking out? Supernatural? That song reminds me of Supernatural. Anyways. Okay. All right, so let's hop to it. We got one more sprint. And I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes, okay? Ooh, good luck, have fun. Okay, that was our last one. Hi, how did we do? I did pretty good. I got everything in Discord scheduled. I got the YouTube video thumbnail done and both of those scheduled as well. So now I think I'm trying to figure out how to do like remote access for my PC to my laptop. So, because I really need to edit the video. So, I'm gonna probably shift either into there or figure something else out, so that I can edit the video. But yeah, you guys should be seeing some announcements about March's side stories tomorrow. Um, I might post them today, just letting everyone know that it'll be released tomorrow, along with the actual Storytellers Feast. This is all for Once Upon a Year, not Stardew Valley. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, I hope that you guys have a good day, a productive day. Kate Bishnork, I missed you. um, But yeah, no, that sounds really good. Laundry sorted, new load in the in the washer. I need to seriously do our laundry. It's so bad. It's not even that we have a ton of laundry. It's that I need to put it all away. And I just have a huge pile of baskets in the corner of our bedroom. I will admit it's a sore spot right now. So, I need to find time. I need to not find time. I need to make time to do that. So, but yeah, yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day. Happy Sunday. Happy start of the new week, depending on where you are. If I don't hear from you or anything like that, then I will see you on Tuesday. So I'll see you then. Yeah, I know it is. I know it is. So, but, anyways, bye.